Hello, and welcome back to Word Unlocked. I'm Jake.
And I'm Sarah. And today's word is a very interesting word. It starts in the kitchen, then it moves to the office, then to emotions, then to legal situations. One word, so many different places.
Yes, and all the meanings are connected by one simple idea. Something disappears, something breaks apart, something that was there is no longer there.
Sarah, the word.
Sarah?
The word is dissolve.
Dissolve. Let's learn it.
So, dissolve means something breaks apart and disappears into something else, or something ends completely, or a feeling fades away.
The most simple example, sugar in water. You put sugar in hot water. You stir, the sugar breaks apart into tiny, tiny pieces until you cannot see it anymore. It is still there, but you cannot see it. It dissolved.
That is the basic idea. Something solid breaks apart and mixes into liquid. It disappears into it.
And we use this same idea, something disappearing, something ending, for many other situations. Businesses, emotions, relationships, feelings.
One word, many uses. Let's look at the chunks.
Chunk 1. Dissolve in water or liquid. This is the most basic meaning, the science meaning, the kitchen meaning. A solid goes into liquid and it breaks apart completely. You cannot see it anymore. It dissolved.
For example, the salt dissolved in the water. You put salt in water, you stir, the salt breaks apart. You cannot see the individual pieces anymore. It dissolved.
Or the tablet dissolved in the glass. Maybe a medicine tablet. You put it in water, it slowly breaks apart, gets smaller, smaller, until it is gone. It dissolved.
Some things dissolve quickly. Sugar in hot water, very fast. Some things dissolve slowly. Some things don't dissolve at all. Oil in water. Oil does not dissolve in water. It just sits on top.
And in cooking, this is a very useful word. Many recipes need you to dissolve something. Dissolve the sugar, dissolve the salt, dissolve the tablet. It means mix it until you cannot see it anymore.
Chunk 2. Dissolve a partnership or dissolve a company. Now we are in the world of business. This is a formal phrase. Dissolve here means end something officially, close it, finish it completely.
For example, they decided to dissolve the partnership. Two people were working together as business partners, but it was not working. They had different ideas, different goals, so they decided this partnership is over. They dissolved it.
Or the company was dissolved last year. The business closed. Officially, legally, it no longer exists. It was dissolved.
Dissolve in business is a formal word. You use it for official endings, not just we stopped working together, but a real, legal, official end to a business relationship or company.
And just like sugar dissolving in water, the company breaks apart. The partnership disappears. It is gone. It no longer exists in its previous form.
The connection is the same idea, something ending, something disappearing. Chunk 3, dissolve into tears or dissolve into laughter. Now we're in emotions, and this is a beautiful and expressive way to describe a very strong emotional moment.
Dissolve into tears means you suddenly start crying very hard. You couldn't control it. The emotion was so big, you just dissolved. You started crying immediately and completely.
And dissolve into laughter, same idea, but happy. You suddenly start laughing, very hard. You can't stop. You couldn't control it.
I love this phrase, dissolve into tears or laughter, because it shows that the emotion was bigger than the person. They didn't choose to cry or laugh, it just happened. They dissolved into it.
Like sugar in hot water, the emotion was too strong, and the person just dissolved.
Chunk 4. Tension dissolves, or anger dissolves. Now, dissolve is used for feelings and atmospheres, not a person dissolving, but a feeling dissolving, slowly disappearing, fading away.
For example, the tension dissolved. Before, the room was tense. People were uncomfortable. Something was wrong. But then, something happened. Maybe an apology, maybe a joke, maybe good news. And slowly, the tension disappeared. It dissolved.
Or, her anger dissolved when she heard the explanation. She was angry, really angry, but someone explained what really happened, and her anger slowly faded. It got smaller and smaller until it was gone. Her anger dissolved.
This is a poetic way to describe feelings. Feelings don't always stop suddenly. Sometimes they fade slowly. They dissolve, like something dissolving in water, slowly, gradually, until you cannot see it anymore.
And this chunk is very useful for describing atmospheres. Before the meeting, tension. After the apology, the tension dissolved. Everything felt lighter, easier. The heavy feeling was gone.
And the fifth chunk, dissolve a marriage. This is the formal legal word for divorce. When a marriage officially ends through legal process, it is dissolved.
For example, they decided to dissolve the marriage. They were married, but the marriage was not working. They went to a lawyer, they followed the legal steps, and officially, the marriage ended. It was dissolved.
Dissolve a marriage is a very formal phrase. You hear it in legal situations, in court, in official documents. In everyday conversation, people usually say they got divorced or they separated. But in formal or legal contexts, dissolve the marriage.
And like all the other meanings, the same idea. Something that existed is now ended. It is gone. It dissolved. Okay, story time. My first story is about dissolve in water, and it is about a cooking mistake.
A cooking disaster?
A small disaster. I was making a simple dessert. It needed sugar syrup. Simple, just sugar and water, heated together. The recipe said stir until the sugar completely dissolves. I stirred for maybe 30 seconds. I thought, okay, it looks fine. I used it in the dessert.
But
But the sugar had not completely dissolved. There were still tiny sugar crystals in the syrup, and when the dessert cooled, those crystals hardened. The texture was completely wrong, crunchy in the wrong places.
you didn't wait for the sugar to fully dissolve.
I was impatient. The recipe said completely dissolves. I should have waited. I should have stirred longer until every last piece of sugar was gone, until it was fully dissolved. Lesson learned. Now I am very patient with dissolving.
Patience in cooking and patience in life, both very important.
Very important. My story about dissolve into tears, this one is a happy story. Last year, my friend got some news she had been waiting for a long time. She had applied for a very important opportunity. She had waited for 3 months. And finally, the email came. She was accepted.
3 months of waiting?
3 months. And when she read the email, she called me immediately. She tried to speak, but she couldn't. She just dissolved into tears. Happy tears. Relief tears. 3 months of stress and waiting all coming out at once. She couldn't say a single word for about 2 minutes, just crying.
The emotion was bigger than words.
much bigger. And after 2 minutes, she laughed at herself. I can't even speak, she said. And then we both dissolved into laughter. Tears first, then laughter. Both kinds of dissolving in 5 minutes.
That is such a real and beautiful moment. When the emotion is so big, the body just takes over.
Yes, you don't choose it, you just dissolve. And it is okay. It's human. Your 5 chunks. Dissolve in water or liquid. When a solid breaks apart and mixes completely into liquid until you cannot see it. Dissolve a partnership or company. The formal legal ending of a business relationship or organization. Dissolve into tears or laughter when a strong emotion takes over completely and you start crying or laughing very hard. Tension dissolves or anger dissolves when a heavy feeling or difficult atmosphere slowly fades away and disappears. And dissolve a marriage, the formal legal word for ending a marriage through divorce.
Your homework today. Think about the last time a tense situation dissolved. Maybe after an apology. Maybe after a problem was solved. Maybe after a conversation. What made the tension dissolve? Write 1 or 2 simple sentences about it.
And next time you are cooking, try to dissolve something. Sugar in hot water, salt in soup. Watch it disappear and think that small physical action is the same idea behind all 5 chunks today.
One word. The kitchen, the office, the heart, and the law. Dissolve works everywhere.
Thanks for listening to Word Unlocked. See you next time.
Stay curious.